Okay, then here we go. Big swamp in there like that. Oh, I've got both grommets there as well actually, so that could confuse matters. And then we'll go around this side here, do exactly the same, carefully minding the electrics. Okay, that should be a worst case that we're ever going to see coming down through that scuttle thingy. So what we'll do now, we'll give it 5-10 minutes and then we'll have a look inside the car and see whether there's any damp in there. Okay, stand by. Well, I would say I have definitely forced that water in there harder than any rain from up top would ever get to. So, 5 minutes or so have gone by easily now. Let's pop inside and have a look. Okay, the moment of truth. Lift back the curtain, carpet. Let's have a little look, see. Any water there? Oh, that's bone dry. Well, that's that theory gone out the window about it being around the scene. So that leaves one more option. The water diversion flap that's been fitted, almost looks like an aftermarket thought, but is actually not doing its job. And the water from the scuttle is actually getting into the heater unit, which is odd, because that means the water's actually inside the heater itself rather than just coming in around the edge, which seems a bit strange to me. So what I'll do is I'm going to again simulate lots of rain, this time coming through the scuttle, and we'll see what difference that makes. See if there's a leak from that. Okay, so we're going to take an opportunity now for the first time to look underneath the car and see what's awaiting us under there. So I've jacked it up, well I haven't jacked it up actually, I've driven it up on ramps. I've used some decent height ramps there and I've chocked it to make sure it's safe and doesn't slide. It's also locked in reverse. Also I use caravan ramps at the front to get it up onto those blocks of wood. Obviously the caravan ramps I've now taken back out again because they belong in the caravan. So hopefully there's enough clearance under there, it should be safe enough. So any second now I'm going to go under even on the crawler trolley and we'll have a look and see what awaits us. Okay, so this is now under the car on the driver's side rear. Not too bad up in there. A little bit of rust on the rear side from here. Okay, these Craig rolls look very well and good, but you lose about 3 inches of flipping clearance on a low car like this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Good clean, and what have you, be alright on that protection. Right, let's move over to the other side. Let's get the light in there, that helps. So, driver's side rear, again, lots of surface rust, nothing severe thank goodness, so that's good news. Yeah, we can get in there and do all that. Oh, there's a little bit of rust there on the, what is that, an anti-roll bar, a torsion bar or something? I don't know, I'm not a mechanic. Okay, that's pretty good. Could have really done with more height on the front, to be fair. I'm not going to get under the front easily, am I? So look at it. Yeah. All those coolant pipes like that I'm going to be replacing. I'm going to have to turn around and go in on that. Go under head first. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, what have we got here? Not as bad as they could be. Yeah, okay. Floor's not too badly. There's a little bit. Oh, it's not even bad, is it? I need to be honest. Get under there and get that sprayed. I think I'll get the coolant pipes done before I get onto the spraying. I think that'll be more sense, otherwise I'm going to get absolutely filthy from it. Brake pipes aren't too bad, but they do with a good clean up really, and then some protection on them. Okay, well that's not too bad, that end. front end. Not quite sure I'm going to get under there, but we'll go and give it a go, see if I can. That could do being replaced. Probably the bushes could as well. Okay, not too bad. Obviously it's wet where I've been, well, the weather's been on it, and also where I've been trying things. Not too bad at all really, all things considered. There's no rot. I mean, obviously there's corrosion, but there's actually no serious rot as such. Nothing that could clean them. Protection won't do. I should get a good another few years out of this yet. I mean, this is my first MGF. The idea is to get to know the MGF with this one, because it was a cheapie, before I eventually get something special. It's interesting that that's been taped up. Yeah, it is interesting. What? Both sides. Can't see the point in that, because you're still going to get water ingress in it from everywhere else. I'm thinking what would be best to do with this, because I'm going to need it up higher than this to work on it. So yeah, I'll have to give this some thought. It might pay me to see whether one of the local garages will let me stick it on their ramps and do it. Okay, that'll do. Okay, day 3, start on the coolant pipes. I'm not going to video me doing it, getting it off, because there's enough videos, damn sight better than what I could produce online already about them. All I'm going to tell you is the issues I've come across. The first one is that over the top, in the middle of the car, is this plate here, which has to come off. There's 22 bolts in that, and they are very, very difficult to get off. I've collected them all there, and if you count them carefully you'll see there's 21. I seem to have lost one somewhere, so I should be hunting for that one shortly. Typically it's just started raining, so I'm going to end this for now, and I'll say it's very cosy under here. Okay, welcome to another day of F is for fun. Remember that, MGF is for fun. I must remember that, because sometimes I do wonder with this. Anyway, as you can see, I've got the plate out, which was on there. Okay, so that's now gone. The next stage for me is to all the way over there, actually. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place. So it started from there all the way over those cables and pipes, all the way over there, and now I've got to, as you can see, the actual pipes are not in particularly good condition, but they're not leaking, so it's not as much of a rush job as I thought, but as I'm doing it I might as well finish it off. So my next task is to take these apart here and here, drain the fluid out, which is going to be a lot of fluid, and then start removing the pipes after disconnecting the auxiliaries that are connected to it. Video, watch me do the whole thing. First things first, I'll take these off. As you can see, good job, we've got to add these on, they're absolutely covered in water. I've managed to get the first pipe off, not too difficult. I did rely on using a tip I read on YouTube about using mold grips to gently turn the pipe to break the seal, turn the rubber pipe to break the seal on the old metal pipe. That's worked. I'll carry on with others and see how I get on with those. That's all 4 off. So glad I put on overalls and safety glasses today, because that was quite a messy experience. Anyway, everything's relatively straightforward. So I've got the things out. As you can see, they're actually, although they look quite corroded, as you can see on the surface, they are, but I reckon if you were really tight-fisted you could probably save them, although I suppose they will eventually rot from the inside anyway. But right, what have I discovered? Okay, these little things here, these clips, which I thought were going to be hard to get hold of because they hold one of the cables on. This one here, if you pull it out, then you're left with a stopper that you can actually reuse. You can just put another tie wrap through there. So all you need to do, he says, all you need to do, press in on the lugs on this side of it and then push it out. Does it come out? I can assure you it does. It ain't easy, but it does. Proof, the lug and the bit that the cable tie wrap goes in. So on the strength of that, I'm going to reuse these because I've got them. Why buy new stuff if you don't need to? That's what I say. So we'll see how we get on with them. They should be strong enough, shouldn't have any issues. Regarding the clamps as well, yes, I could get some nice stainless steel ones. However, bearing in mind these are 24 years old and are still serviceable, I am going to try and clean them up and see what they're like before I decide whether I'm going to replace them or not. Hopefully I'll make the right decision. Okay, so rain stops play. It's supposed to have been a nice sunny day today, but somebody forgot to tell whoever controls the weather that. Weathermen are just wonderful these days, aren't they? Anyway, going back to the pipes that go front to back for the coolant. I was going to keep the original Jubilee clips and 3 fittings. If you recall, I did say I was going to try and clean the Jubilee clips up, which I've done. That's what they've come out like. Not too bad actually, but when you compare them with that, which is a set of nice stainless steel shiny ones, I think you'll agree for a couple of quid for a whole set, you're better off doing that really. And whilst I was on that side of things, I thought, do I really want to put these crappy old bolts back in? They're alright, they're not going to do any harm, but no, I thought I'm going to the extent with the Jubilee clips, so I might as well do it with the bolts. So I have, as part of the kit, a set of 3 nice shiny bolts, stainless steel A2. There you go. So that should do the job. So once this rain stops, I can actually get back on with that, get that fitted, and make a start then. Oh, actually, that's not quite right. What I was going to do was hold fire until I get the built hamper through, and then I'm going to coat the areas behind where that's all going to sit, and I was going to coat the tray which goes, I say over the top, but technically it's underneath the coolant pipes, and gives it like a little protection tunnel, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly what it does. I guess it might act as possibly a bit of rigidity in the floor as well. Don't really understand it. Anyway, yeah, there we are. So let's wait and see when this rain stops, when I can carry on. See you soon. Good morning. Not a particularly nice day today. Not helped by feeling particularly well today, but hey ho. So, what have I got to do? Thursday, rough lucker coming. Do a full service and timing belt change on the MGF, which means I've got to make sure the coolant pipes are all back on and the car is ready for them. So, the new coolant pipes are available and ready. What do I need to do beforehand? I've taken the plate off, as you know. I thought I'd give the plate a clean, which was a lovely idea. So I cleaned the plate up. Thought I'd give it some spray with some preserver, make it look a little bit nicer. It was a lovely idea. Spraying went really well. Put it in the sunshine yesterday to make the most of the warmth. Obviously helps with the paint. Came back out to check on it, and oh flipping it, the birds have decided to pay a visit. So I've now got to see if I can clean that off, or whether it's going to be a case of sanding it down and putting another coat on. Something I really could have done without. Hey ho, moving onwards. So the next thing I need to do before it goes back on, obviously I'm going to be eventually using the built hamper to completely do the underside of the car, the subframes and everything, etc, etc. Now everybody's seen millions of videos on this now, so I'm not going to video me doing it. Suffice to say that what I need to do is make sure that the floor area is fully protected before I put the new cooling pipe on and before I put that plate back on. So before I do that, I need to clean the underside of the car. And for that I've got some typical heavy degreaser from Screwfix. Other suppliers also sell it, which I'll be spraying the underneath with and giving it a wash down. I'm going to concentrate just on the area for the coolant pipes at first, as I can do the rest at any time. So that's pretty much where we are with that. Okay, let's take a look at cooling pipes. So here are the nice new stainless steel cooling pipes to go front to back. They're not brand new, they're recycled from a scrapped MGF. I've given them a right good clean up, and as you can see, I mentioned earlier about reusing the stoppers for the tie wraps. I've now put new tie wraps through in a position ready to be used for holding that the cables on. I've already shown you the stainless steel stuff that I'm going to be putting on. So without any further ado, I'm going to crack on with all the tasks that need doing and report back in due course. Have a good day, guys. Morning guys, before I go underneath and start applying the built hammer, I'm just waiting for it to dry after degreasing and washing it yesterday. It's not quite 100% dry, I just want to give it a little bit more time. So I thought we'd have a look at the state of the coolant I've got out of the system. So this is it, it's been settling now for a few days. Is there anything there to be worried about or not? Good. As you can see, there's quite a bit of gunk at the bottom there. As we go up, it seems to be clearing, but not brilliant by a long shot. Good news is I can't see any oil deposits on top, and there isn't any mayonnaise in it, although I'm not quite sure what that yuck is at the bottom there. I shall wait till the experts arrive on Thursday and get their view. Okay then, so that is those lovely shiny coolant pipes back in, everything connected with nice shiny Jubilee clips, and you can see down the whole length there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is snip off those tie wraps, and then I'm going to put the tray back on underneath. When I put the tray back on, I will be putting a temporary bolt in for the one that I still haven't found yet, and I shall replace that in due course. If this goes well, folks, that is it under here for now. You can see where I've done the built hammering as well. Hammering, sorry. So that's all done on the floor section between the two subframe. The front subframe, right down there somewhere, and back here at the engine, and then the rear subframe. The rest will be done in due course, and fingers crossed that doesn't reveal too much. But it looks okay. Hey, time will tell. Once I start getting to the bottom of it. Right, without any further ado, let's crack on with this. Remembering, F is for fun, get it clipped, get it fixed, and smile. Okay, I'm going to leave this running whilst I do the bits underneath, and that way if I get anything, any awkward things or anything that comes out of it, I can turn around and speak onto here, and then I can edit at the end and take all the crap out. Okay guys, I'm going to crack on and leave you watching. Okay. Got the job finished, thank goodness. That was hard work, especially when you're suffering. Right, okay, happy with that. Right, tidy up, get it off the ramps.